What is going on, guys? We are back for another dented video, and we are talking today about Ravensdolphin. We are talking about gamer Stevie, RY Nirvana, and the biggest dent of all, Khet Bernell, and her demonic past. So we start today with Ravensdolphin. If you don't know who this is a former detractor who thought he was bigger than he actually is, not literally, but figuratively. He would stream to like 3 to 4 people and claim he was the big dog. He's one of the biggest detractors. And then he egged on Wings 007 to find dirt on him because he knows he's a good person. And Raven is a person that puts everything online. Where he works, what city he lives in, his family members, addresses, everything. So it didn't take long for 007 to track down Ravensdolphin. And what he found out was absolutely disgusting. He found out about his Chatterbait and OnlyFans account, where he would jerk off in the same gaming setup that he uses to stream. He was a diaper fetish, baby fetish, sick bastard. But that wasn't the creepiest thing about Ravensdolphin, is that he had an urge, a desire, particularly children. And it would be discovered that he had lolly on his Pinterest, on his likes on Twitter, and all over his social media. And then he would go on an interview with King Sly, and he would declare, art is art. It doesn't matter, they're thousands of years old. And King Sly would push back saying, they look like children, you can't sexualize children. And Raven continued to defend it, saying that they're not children, they may look like children, but they're thousands of years old. It's just art, get over it. And then he started playing Fortnite, and attracting children, and talking sexual to underage people on his streams. And eventually he went offline. He went away, but then Wings 007, on I believe Telegraph, found Ravensdolphin again, and pretended to be a 15 or 16-year-old girl. And Raven did not learn his lesson. He was still the sick bastard that he is today. And he would hit on that person, even send in nude pictures, including of his micro penis, as he was nude on the beach in New Jersey. And then when confronted, he backed away, then had a Valentine's Day stream with his sister, where his sister declared that he really is retarded. And also that the police were very aware of Raven, and they were watching him for a very long time. And then he went away. He came back earlier this year when he was in line for a Nintendo Switch 2 and said he went radio silent, indicating though that he'd be back to stream again. And that brings us to today, 2-year anniversary from Only Ice Pepsi, where Ravensdolphin, looking homeless, ashy knees, ashy feet, same dirty t-shirt, the headphones, at 4 a.m., making a video saying that he's okay, he has a job, he doesn't have time to be a detractor. And this is hilarious, because he's gonna say about how he could be streaming to 200-300 people, but he's busy with life, he's got a job. He's gonna glaze Kino Casino, saying they're killing it, making fun of DSP, and he could be doing the same, which is an absolute lie. You were horrible at it. All you did was scream the word bitch, and that was your whole content, other than playing with kids on Fortnite. So let's hear what the sick bastard has to say on the 2-year anniversary of him going away.
It's been a minute, guys. It's been a minute. I'm in front of an abandoned casino, the Atlanta Club. It's about 4 in the morning. Just want to give you an update how I'm doing in life. Doing pretty alright. Got a job now. I'm not going to tell you where it is. Pretty busy. Career. Things are moving up. I don't have time for detracting. I don't have time to chase DSP or Wings or any of that stuff. I still do some streaming on the side on TikTok and other places. Don't really do anything.
I just want to point out, TikTok is mostly for children and younger people. And when you admit you watch lolly and like younger people, that is a platform you should not be on.
Anything else. Try to be legit. I know a lot of detracting and everyone was pile on me what they found on Facebook and other things, and that's not me. That's not me.
Remember though, he admitted it was lolly in that interview with his sister and King Sly. He admitted he was a sick bastard. But now, it's not him. He doesn't know what you're talking about, dude.
A job that I need to protect, and that's way more important than distracting. I got a life to live that is way more important to stream to 300 viewers like some people. I enjoyed my time detracting. I enjoyed my time being a detractor. I enjoyed all your company, and it made me a better streamer and a better person. But it's time to move on. I know a lot of you haven't moved on. DSP is internally online. Internally online. He's going to keep doing it until he can't. And a lot of times when I was streaming or I seen the Pepsi channel try to snipe me, I didn't want to be DSP. I didn't want to be that. Being DSP sucks. It really does suck.
Oh, you became a lot worse than DSP. And I think it was Duty in the comments who said, you did not become DSP, you became Derek.
And came to a realization, I don't want to be DSP. I don't want to stream and being thrown at. I don't want to be thrown bananas or pickles or whatever. Made the decision to stop. A lot of people asked me to stop.
Now the thing is, he wanted to continue streaming. He wanted to play games. He wanted to interact. But the problem is, when people found out what a sick bastard he was, and what an absolute degenerate, they refused to support you anymore. They refused to watch your content. And if you never got exposed by 007, you would still be streaming right now, doing the same song and dance, saying, DSP's a bitch, to like 3 or 4 people watching your stream.
I heard a lot of good people. Sorry about that. I wish that wasn't the case. I wish it wasn't the case that people didn't get hurt. But they did. People got doxxed. People got scared over a man-child that's terminally online.
No, you still don't get it. They did not get doxxed. They did not get hurt because of DSP. They did that because of you. You're responsible for everything that happened to you. With your sick and degenerate behavior, everyone around you that coddled you, that shielded you, that protected you, they were protecting a pedophile. A sick bastard who didn't know that his career was over. And I use career in quotes because you have as much of a career as PWR.
DSP's not worth it. It's time to live your life. It's been a few months since I've uploaded, talked, or anything.
That would be the video I talked about where he was waiting in line for Nintendo Switch 2, where he said he went radio silent. And he said also in this right here, it's been a while, it's been months since I've uploaded or said anything online. But earlier in the video, he said he was streaming on TikTok, almost like you don't want to bring that back up.
Maybe one day I will come back and stream something, but too busy with work, too busy with life, too busy with things. But I do want to thank the detractors and the people I've met.
I also want to point out how disgusting it is. He keeps touching his feet, his bare ass dirty feet. And if you remember on his streams, anyone who's seen it, he used to play with his socks all the time. He would take it off, put his socks on his hands, even sniff it sometimes, and play with his dirty ass feet. By the way, I just want to say, a nice freeze frame right there with his eyes. And the whole thing is, you're not coming back. Once people realize and you admit to being a pedophile and liking LOLcow, there's no coming back for you. There's no one that's going to watch you other than people trolling you. And you're going to get butthurt yet again and leave the internet and blame King Sly. Blame the DWO, which, by the way, you still don't understand. The DWO never existed. It's not a thing. It's made up to make fun of people like you who think there's a boogeyman, there's a conspiracy against them, and we just ran with it. You're a loser, you're retarded, and you're a pedophile.
Incredible ride. And there's plenty of detractors out there. There's Kino Casino that's killing it with DSP stuff. I'm recording this October 8th. And they're doing ketoing. And boy, if hoodlum hours and I was doing, I would be saying the same thing.
But they entertain thousands. I think their last stream was, what, 4,500, 5,000? You stream to 2 or 3 people and just say, bitch, bitch, he's a bitch. And this man is so delusional, he thinks he's in the same league as Kino Casino. Well, then again, he does have the body of PPP.
Kino Casino is killing it. They're absolutely making DSP their bitch. Yeah. So, hope you guys out there have a good day, night. I don't know when we see each other again. Maybe, who knows? But I just want to say I'm doing okay. Doing okay. Thank you, and thanks for watching.
And of course, we have to look at the comments here, because Ravensdolphin himself left this comment. Hey Pepsi gang, how are you? And I just gotta say, the way he types, the way he speaks, it's very hard to understand sometimes. So he says, again, hey Pepsi gang, how are you? Yeah? I am not homeless. That's the very first thing he says. I'm doing fine. What's wrong with Aviga? So the very first thing he does is attack another detractor. And this is a thing that kept happening back when he was streaming, and him and Aqua Cunt and all those people defended him. There was Discord leaks, and they kept saying, the DWO, by the way, that doesn't exist, is gonna turn on Aviga. They're gonna slaughter him, they're gonna turn on him, they're gonna treat him like crap. It's the same Discord leaks that Aqua Cunt called me the version of duty streams at home. So Raven goes on to say, he does 8-hour streams of DSP, has nothing good to say. I know you talked to him and the toy wheel, what? I know you talked to him and the toy wheel with truck sim. What? I have no idea what that sentence means, but he's retarded. He has a gift of 8 hours of saying nothing. That's rich coming from you. Well, can't wait to see your 2-year anniversary video. Much love, Raven. He still doesn't understand. You can't turn people's opinion around about you. You're a loser, and everyone's gonna know you as a PDF. Legitimizer. Just in case you block my main, brother, you're a PDF. How about not worrying about Aviga, and just worry about staying away from anyone under the age of 18, bruh, okay? That includes your little game of Fortnite, where you and your homeboy like to get in chat rooms of youngins and talk freakery. Oh, and this is just the same beach where you took a picture of yourself with no clothes on. I hate the fact that I've seen those pictures. Ravensdolphin. I need to point out that this channel, along with his Twitter and YouTube, features a picture of Darish. That is right, he's deflecting again. Because people are calling him a PDF, so he's going to throw another PDF in front of him to shield him. Who's known for posting questionable playlists and harassing porn stars. Remember too, Ravensdolphin had LOLcow on Twitter and Pinterest. I do not support or endorse that kind of behavior. Oh, I think you do, with all the stuff we've seen about you. Full stop. It is wrong. DSP banned him. Kino. And for some reason, he puts casino as a separate word. And Josh from Kiwi, not DWO. Again, DWO is not a real thing, dude. You are so retarded, you think it's a real thing. It's to make fun of people like you. I will not stand for any of his actions. He thinks he's the bar of morality. And he thinks he's gonna turn this around, everybody's gonna love him, and he's gonna be a detractor again. And he's gonna show his enemies that they were wrong. GBP, still got the same white shirt. And then this is the comment I was talking about with Duty. I didn't want to become DSP, Raven said. Yeah, he became Derek. Lolly creep out in public at 4 AM on the boardwalk in front of an abandoned building. Yeah, that's not suspicious at all. Yeah, probably with a white van, going around trying to find a victim. We got Snortamania. He's homeless. Wings 007, God bless. There were other comments in here, but I think Raven deleted his comment. At least he's got clothes on at the beach this time. Thankfully. Laughed my fucking ass off someplace, I guarantee. Ames, he's homeless in the same shit. Elaine Walls, maybe Snoot and him can stream. 2P, doze in a pod. In front of an abandoned casino, no shoes, no socks, same white shirt. Dude looks homeless, lol. Another person, at least he's got shorts on this time. Mountain Dew, hey, it's Snoot's best buddy. And we have TJ with an amazing comment here. I don't have time for a detracting, said Raven. But he's wearing the same shirt he wore 2 years ago. but he has time to run around barefoot outside of abandoned buildings at 4 in the morning. We got Rec, still got the headphones on like the guy from Something About Mary. MC2, who lit a firecracker off on his kneecap. This is a very interesting observation here. Feature Revolution. Imagine mid into watching Kino Casino's coverage, where even the clips are several hours long, then pretending you're too busy with things to keep up with the Snortex, and following up by seeing that people are like hanging out with Aviga. I thought that was a green screen, what the fuck is he doing outside? Someone call his sister. I can't handle the cringe and it's under 5 minutes, this is so funny. Oh, but he wasn't done there yet. On Ravensdolphin's YouTube channel, he posted this, about YouTube starting to be 18 plus. And he thinks this is a gotcha, which means he can come back, because kids are protected, and nobody can say he's talking to kids. Newsflash for you, Raven. Your online career is over. Everyone's gonna know you for all the lolly stuff, the PDF stuff. There's no coming back from this. And one of the most pathetic people I've ever seen in DSP circle, Timbo Slice, still, after 4 bankruptcies now, he's still giving money to online people, DSP, RTU, LOLcow Live, hot tub streamers, and even Geeks and Gamer. Which, ironically, he puts this message after giving $10. I've never been to Disney, and it seems like every day there's some new information coming out that makes me glad I will never go. Disney can't go bankrupt fast enough. Ironic from a guy who's now gone bankrupt 4 times, and still hasn't learned his lesson. And now we get to RY Nirvana, one of the sickest bastards on the planet. He's been wailing out on DSP, giving him money here and there, and Lord Diaz decided to research him, to report on him, do streams on him, and RY Nirvana didn't like that, and he starts going after Lord Diaz. Let's put these in the comments. Fight me, boy. Fight me in real life, since you want to talk shit on the internet. How about you come fight me in real life then? Your fans suck, N-word. And then he put this out. I just smashed my phone after seeing bullshit about me on the internet. This'll be you next. Mr. accusing me of being a dent, and it's a phone with blood on it. And then someone points out to the right that he just took a picture off of Google and posted it as his own. And more comments left by RY Nirvana. I did nothing. Absolutely fucking disgusting, by the way. Fuck you, Derek. Please delete, my family are in danger because of this. I'm calling the police. And he has a tiger emoji and a heart emoji. And then someone asked, who is RY Nirvana? Monster, former groomer, registered sex offender, fascist, a furry creeper, the list goes on and on. RY Nirvana, me bozo, shut your trap. I did nothing wrong. Your videos suck. And despite him saying he's rich, he has lots of money, people are just jealous of him, he is now asking people for handouts, including Mr. Beast. As he put this out, my father has broken his back in 2 places, and we're stuck in a 3rd floor apartment. He is very unhealthy. Please, if there's anything you can do to help us, we are very low income. I'm a huge fan of yours. And he goes on to say, I only know of 2 things. Pretend to be a tiger, that is right, he's a furry, and YouTube. Then he puts this as one of his titles for his shorts. I respect this, I hate women, hashtag furries, hashtag furry. And then I don't know what this even said because the post was deleted by post author, but RY Nirvana replies with, instead of water, it'll be filled with either piss or blood or cum. Absolutely disgusted. And he's also racist apparently, as he says to somebody, why are you rude, little racist yellow man? He calls someone else racist, but calls him a yellow man. I come from Germany, you ox, not from China. There's almost 12,000 kilometers between them. Now usually when someone keeps going on and on about something, it's projection. And they're projecting about themselves, their insecurities, they're worried about people finding out about them, so they go out of their way to try and expose other people for the stuff they're projecting about. And in this point, RY Nirvana says to Boogie, you are a pedo, I will make it my life's mission to prove it. And then RY Nirvana tags Elon Musk and says, how's the Neuralink project coming? Me and my mother suffer with horrible pain from MS and can't afford treatment. Remember, same guy who's wailing out on DSP, has no money, refuses to help his mom or dad out, but DSP is above that. DSP needs that money, dude. It's a true nightmare, RY Nirvana says. And even replying to Donald J. Trump, the President of the United States, You might not see this, but I'm a huge fan of yours, Mr. President. I'm on the 30th, about to have a double hip replacement. There's a risk in my life. My dream is to be able to have a phone call with you, sir. Please pray for me. I pray for you daily. And again, going back to Boogie, why are you making anyone do anything like this when you yourself have skeletons in the closet? And again, going on about Boogie, exactly. This is the stages of someone who eventually gets caught with CP. And we see a picture of RY Nirvana. What a shock. That's a DSP Dent right there. And we have these screenshots here where Flock Bucks says, "Oh, I'm just telling you as my friend. You don't gotta tell him anything. He's done this to HD too. He wants me to tell you to message him. RY, I know. Flock, you can message him. RY, I can when I'm able to do so calmly." Now why does this person want to message him so badly? And why is RY Nirvana not calm? So we see call ended, missed call, call ended, 17 minutes. Flock, join the call. RY, okay, call me. Then we see missed call. RY Nirvana, I'll buy you Madden if you don't expose me. I promise. All I want to do is hang out at the Jags game. I'm assuming that's Jacksonville Jaguars. I know it's wrong that you're 15, but still, if you don't release this, I will buy you Madden. He's trying to silence a 15-year-old that he was trying to quote-unquote hang out with. That's not creepy at all. That's not suspicious at all, is it, RY? This is the same thing people on How to Catch a Predator say when they're caught. And then more comments came to Lord Diaz. Let's talk this out like true men and true Americans. I'll come over to beat your head in. Please show up at my door because someone leaked Discord messages. I bet it was you who leaked the Discord screenshots, wasn't it? Stop tweeting about me and come fight me like a man. Then we have Blinker Fluid, who's a DSP Dent and defends DSP on all social media. And his ad is Blinker Fluid 23. That's probably how many gallons of Blinker Fluid his mom drank while pregnant. Because obviously he's Down syndrome. And for some reason, he always spells the word weird very wrong. Every single time he spells it. And then we have Dick Stroke and Phil Vlogs, who shows off some of the fan fiction of DSP by Darziak. And this one in particular is Darziak inviting DSP over for dinner. And DSP agrees and comes over. And Dick Stroke and Phil Vlogs points this out. I vastly prefer your work on Free Space / Galaxy Wars Darziak. Really gave me school shooter vibes. And then we get into Gamer Stevie, or Stevester, or whatever name he wants to be now. As he put this in chat for DSP, people are nothing but mind games in the first place. Then puts this on YouTube, have someone harass me in person, they prank call Domino's to my address. I think multiple are involved. I believe that shit just like how people believe in delusional religions. People are nothing but mind games in the first place. That's all I have to say to anyone. Nothing but fake coward people. Human beings are nothing, spelled with an 8, but evil and complicated. It's a joke. And somehow, I'm the ultimate bad guy over saying the truth. I'm not going to be treated like the problem with the world by anyone that's just people being delusional. Then also puts this out. LOL, women hate truth, so if you ask simple normal questions like that, women hate it. I've seen it happen many times. So we've seen how Stevester, Gamer Stevie, whatever he wants to be called, hates women. He goes on these schizo rants. But now, there is a love letter from Gamer Stevie to a woman, and it goes all over the place. It has serial killer vibes to it. And usually, in love letters, you don't talk about your horniness and missing them to fuck them. Well, Gamer Stevie, on the other hand, has a different set of rules when he talks to women.
From Stephen Hi Lily, LOL. D, can you believe it? I'm writing you a letter. I'm excited to see you this Saturday. I miss you. I really miss spending time together. My handwriting is shitty, sorry. I hope we can spend time together again someday. I miss watching movies together. I miss doing a lot of things together. I miss making love together. Poor Steven. Poor Steven, LOL. D, I get horny for you. It's been really nice talking to you again.
I just want to point out that he's talking about himself in the third person, how horny he is and how much he wants to fuck her.
So cute, so funny. I love you, Lily. I wish certain things never happened. I wish we never broke up.
That is right, he's talking to his ex, who broke up with him, about how horny he is and how he wants to fuck her and wants to get back with her. This is the most psycho serial killer letter I've ever seen. And yes, this was handwritten on the paper. from 2021. I wouldn't be surprised if she went missing and she was never found again.
I really wish that we dated other people. I love you or 10 any girl I've been with. You are more fun and more funny and more cute and more beautiful, more sexier than any girl. I really mean it. I look forward to reading your letters. I want to be with you always, even after I die. Don't ever do what that girl did to me, please.
So he now says, and this sounds really fucked up, he wants to be with her even after death. This is what people say, like Chris Benoit. Oh, this world sucks. Let's be together in the afterlife. This is exactly what Chris Benoit was going through. And he's now saying, even though you broke up with me, I want to be with you. Don't hurt me like the other girls. This is getting very delusional, schizophrenic, degenerate stuff. And don't worry, it's going to get even crazier from here.
Please don't ever play mind games. Don't ever cheat. I'll always be numb for you, if that happens. I can't imagine myself being happy. Ever again. We don't work. I'm sorry for being so negative. What that girl did to me makes me feel less real. Who the fuck does shit like that? She calls me while having sex. She tricked me into thinking we were together. I thought her and I were together before she called while having sex with her friend. Anyways, I am over her now. I'm only telling this because I have PT to like you. I were for and think of you even when I was with someone else. I love you, Lily. I miss you a lot. Sometimes see things that remind me of you. Simple things like I was looking through some movies and saw E.T. I remember watching that together. I miss doing things together. So fucking horny for you to... LOL, you've been a bad girl, Lily. I love you. Hope you have a good weekend. I hope you will be okay. XOXO from your loving friend and man, Steven.
And then in the comment section, how fast did she file a restraining order? Be awesome one. This letter is from 2021 and she came back and broke up a few more times after that. And then right under that, Lily. Now I can't confirm this is the same Lily. I cannot confirm that. Yeah, because you threatened to want me dead and post horrible stuff about me. Won't get help for being bipolar or using alcohol or Delta 9. I have no idea what that is. I'm crying because I'll always love you. I want to grow old with you. But you really need help. You won't go out of your way for me. It's all about you and what you want. I'll pray for you. But I will be here for you the day you get help and change. Yeah, there's only one way this would end, in the Chris Benoit way. And then another DSP Dent looks like this. Holy Marcellus. Now if you're ever wondering when DSP says, I don't stalk my viewers, I don't message them after streams, well let me bring you back to the Snorlax King. This is a whale who did chargebacks on DSP, and DSP emailed him, demanding he tell him what's going on, even trying to intimidate him and extort him. We have Snorlax King in the chat. Yes, the card I used for those 4 purchases wasn't my own card. It was a family card used. The owner of the account did not approve those 4 purchases via the alert, so they bounced back. And this is from a couple of years ago as well, I just want to point that out. So Phil Bernell decides to email him about these chargebacks. Hey, so I hate to do this, but I have to reach out to you today and ask what's going on. You stopped showing up to my streams, that is right. He emails people if they stop attending his streams. As of last weekend during the Street Fighter 6 beta, and now I'm getting supposed chargebacks from you on PayPal. FYI, the chargebacks are not shown as not authorized, meaning this is outright fraud. You obviously authorize the charges, as you have large, detailed messages attached to them. I fulfill my end of the contract by counting these contributions and shouting them out. And you know this, as you enjoyed the content and actively participated in it. It's incredibly disturbing and alarming that you act like this, if this is indeed you. I'd like to know what's going on before I respond to these chargebacks because maybe it's just a misunderstanding. Or maybe something else is going on. But you are committing a crime with these and could get in serious trouble with your financial institute if you lie about these being unauthorized, so I hope this is nonsense. And then Snorlax King replies, and DSP replies to that. Okay, so reading through your email, there's a lot that doesn't make sense. You say you used a credit card for the last couple of times. You tipped and there may be chargebacks. Sadly, that's not the case here. Here's the actual data. September 16th, 9 p.m., $10 chargeback, unverified mobile tip. September 20th, $6 chargeback, unverified mobile tip. September 20th, $2 chargeback, unverified mobile tip. September 30th, $5 chargeback. That is right. He is harassing and bullying and trying to intimidate over $2, $6, $10, and $5 chargebacks. Verified tip. This would have been the first time you tipped me via the new method after Streamlabs banned my account. Directly logged into PayPal, not a quick mobile tip. For all these, the chargeback reason is unauthorized transaction. So if you're ever wondering, all of a sudden, if someone you've never seen for a very long time comes back and gives DSP money, it's probably because he emailed him, just like Snorlax King. And then we have Gothy Senpai, who's also a DSP Dent, and has an inflation kink. And they put this on Twitter. I'll admit, I have the biggest inflation kink. Aw, thanks, that's totally cute. I think for me, I like the really puffy, silly faces before they pop. Like eye crossing, cheek squishing, plus the noises of the pressure. And you knew this was coming. Every single dent that attaches itself to DSP, and we have Vagisil here, who's been wailing out for DSP every single stream so far. Looking forward to the gameplay. And would you look at that? Another failed YouTuber. Who saw this coming? Man, it's almost like it's a pattern. Degenerates and failed YouTubers. And now let's talk about the biggest dent in DSP's universe, that being Khet Bernell. And we have this from Khet's childhood, 2010. And this is all public record, there's no docs in here. Everything on here is legally attainable. So top left corner, Catherine St. Jean, which is her maiden name. If you notice on 2010, petition for mental health treatment, clinical certification, patient signed voluntary, admins, and case closed. That is right. So what exactly did Khet get help for? Something that was mentally draining to her. So apparently her mother believed she was possessed by a demon. And she went on trial. And we're going to hear the absolute disgust and stuff here. And this is probably one of the reasons why Jenna and Khet turned out the way they are. And this is also why DSP loves her. A very vulnerable person that he can dominate and control. And basically get them to do whatever he wants. Now keep in mind, Khet is not a victim in DSP's scheme here. She knows he scams people. But this is to show exactly the type of person that DSP goes after, which is vulnerable. He went after Panda Lee because she was underage. She was vulnerable. He could influence her, use his e-fame to win her over and do what he says, to groom her. And then he went after an autistic, barely functional woman in Khet who had this childhood trauma and easily influenced to do whatever he wants. Again, she is still not a victim in DSP's money schemes. She's aware of it. She goes with it because she gets all the DoorDash, she gets the video games, she gets to live a lifestyle that she wants. So she is no victim in that right. But let's hear about her childhood here. So this is a court document against Janice Patricia St. Jean, which is her mother. Defendant appeals as of right her jury trial conviction for second-degree child abuse. Defendant was sentenced to 90 days in jail and 12 months of probation, we affirm. Then they go on to say, defendant locked her 7-year-old daughter in a closet because the defendant was convinced the child was possessed by demons. Defendant then called police and claimed the child had threatened her with a knife. Police found the child in a closet, which had been secured against opening by use of a chair. Police found no food, water, or means of sanitary relief inside the closet. The light switch was taped to remain off. The child was taken by police to a substation and then the Children's Village, a foster care facility. During the course of her time with police, the child ate several times but did not otherwise display physical injury or neglect. At trial, evidence from another daughter, so this is probably Jenna, who lived at home was presented to show that children were physically punished, including being smacked, having their hair pulled, and in the victim's case, being tied to a chair, told she was possessed by demons, locked in a closet, and being made to kneel and hold her arms out as though she's being crucified. And her mother said, that never happened, I know what you're talking about, the children are lying. And the court said, defendant first contends that there was insignificant evidence to support her conviction for second-degree child abuse. We disagree. And then her and Jenna went in foster care. Of course, Jenna went in to do drugs and shit herself and piss herself for money. Khet went on to be DSP's trophy wife, which is absolutely disgusting and hilarious. He is ashamed of her, but they're both guilty for the grifting, scheming ways. But Bernell will always be the biggest dent in the DSP verse. And that's all I have for you today. If you guys like that, click that like, share the video, leave a comment below, hit subscribe, subscribe my other channels on the details of the end cards. And as always, I love each and every one of you. Hope you're all safe, healthy, and happy. Peace and love.